Women, what are some questions you've always wanted to ask men, but we're too embarrassed?
When you use the toilet, does your weenie just hang into the toilet? Do you rest it on the seat? Do you ever get poop splash on your ween?
It hangs. Sometimes a splash hits the balls. Poseidon's kiss, they call it.
Is being able to helicopter an innate skill, or do you have to practice?
It really only takes a wee bit of practice.
Do you ever worry about what your friends think of the attractiveness of your girlfriend, wife? Like, are you ever worried that people you know don't find her good looking or judge you for being with her? This question is obviously coming straight from my insecurities lol.
I actually did have this fear with my last girlfriend. She was a bigger girl and I wasn't really concerned about what they thought, but just didn't want anyone being judgmental toward her. It's hard to explain. I wasn't ashamed of her or anything. Just hate the thought of people judging her by her appearance.
Does a woman's height matter? What about weight? Is using urinals when they're all full but there's one left, is it awkward? Do you mind a little hair down there, even if it's nicely trimmed and short?
As a tall guy, a woman taller than me would be weird at first, but not an issue. Honestly, I think there is no difference between men and women when it comes to their partner's weight. Some people don't care at all, but most people probably have a point where they don't find it particularly appealing. And the hair thing really doesn't matter. I prefer less, but again, it's not an issue.
Do guys really appreciate a woman that makes the move? Whether you are newly dating or married for years? I want him to feel wanted by me, and I want to convey that. Or do guys feel it could threaten them a little bit? I know it sounds weird and maybe old school, but I have always wondered what the answer is. Thanks. Edit. Wow, so many great responses. Thank you all. I am planning a special night for my so thanks to all the great suggestions on here, winking face. I'm going to make the night all about him, thumbs up.
Greater than. Do guys really appreciate a woman that makes the move? Whether you are newly dating or married for years. Appreciate. Most of us are desperate for that. Also, I am not sure about the accuracy of this statement, but the relationships where the women made the first move, according to stats, 86% of them ended in marriages. Also, it feels great to be wanted by someone when all your life you have been doing for everyone else.
What are some of your thoughts on girls making the first move?
My first long-term relationship started that way in college. We had hung out and flirted a bunch, culminating in us watching a movie at her apt and her shoving me against a wall when I was about to leave afterward. It was a shock, it was a surprise, and I'll never forget that night so long as I live. Girl nearly half my size just took her shot. How often do men want to be hugged? Does it feels clingy, if a girl offers it every now and then? Edit. This thread felt like a survey XD. And reading all the comments, I think the conclusion is 1. 97% of men loves it and most of them are really starved of hugs. 2. 2% of men don't mind if they are offered woman shrugging. 3. 1% don't like it. Thanks to all the men out there for opening up, laughing face. Girls just shower your so with the hugs, they love it as much as we do. Heart. For the rest 3% just ask for their consent.
I don't know how many guys I speak for, but for me, being hugged by a girl you're dating or are close with is like getting permission to relax and be happy.
Do y'all enjoy late night chats as much as girls do, or it annoys y'all if it's very often?
Sometimes my wife asks me about something I'm really interested in or passionate about late at night, and I have to point out that she is knocking on the door of a 2-hour PowerPoint presentation and she's got work in the morning.
I'ma keep it real. I did not think my balls were that interesting, LMAO.
Can you feel our boobs when we hug? Depends on the size, but yeah, for the most part we can.
Are you as judgmental over our bodies as we are?
Why would I have time to judge you when I'm spending my time judging myself?
What the F do you do with someone's balls during sex?
Do not squish.
Do pussies generally taste, smell appealing?
Good hygiene counts. Edit. This goes for the guys too.
I'm with someone who buys me flowers to make me smile. What would be something I could do similarly for him that is non-sexual that would brighten his day?
Compliment him. He may not show it on the outside, but he's giggling and blushing on the inside.
Is it true you really get random boners?
Yes. Distressingly often as a teen, but even later on it happens.
Are all boobies good boobies?
Some love big boobs. Others love small boobs. But the boobs that a man loves most are the pair on the woman they love.
How much does height matter in attraction?
Preferences are there, of course, however as far as height is concerned it's so down below on the list. In a way that it's practically impossible that I'd turn down a potential partner I'm otherwise very compatible with, solely because of her height. Edit to provide perspective, I'm around 5'10".
What does it feel like to run with no underwear on? Does it just flop around? Does it hurt? Does the bouncing get you hard?
It kinda flops around, it doesn't hurt and the bouncing doesn't get me hard. What does an erection feel like?
Have you ever gotten such a serious pump after lifting weights that you can just feel the pressure in the muscle?
From my significant other, what does my pee feel like?
In the winter, stand around in your house naked. To the point you are uncomfortably cold. Then, pull a huge pile of clothes fresh out of the dryer and climb inside the pile.
Does what our vags look like truly matter to you? Like girls having longer lips and such. I've always felt incredibly self-conscious about guys going down on me even if guys have never mentioned it before. Edit. Strangers on the internet finally made me feel good about my body.
Only that it looks clean.
Is it true that guys generally hesitate or avoid going up to and talking women that are super attractive? I mean like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Is attractiveness, appearance something that makes you stall when shooting your shot?
I haven't seen any other responses that mention this, so I'll throw it out there. I've had more than one attractive friend bemoan her lack of male attention when she goes out, but she also keeps herself surrounded by a pack of 5 or 6 friends at all times. Sometimes it's less about your beauty being intimidating and more about, do I have to walk up to this whole group and have 8 people judge me instead of just one?
What makes you want to commit, be exclusive, or get married? Does it have anything to do with your partner or more of, I have to be ready within myself first?
With my wife, it wasn't knowing that I wanted her in my life, it was knowing I didn't want a life without her in it. That was definitive, for me. Serious question, men. Would it bother you if a girl had self-harm scars? How far along in the relationship would you want to know about, see them? Edit. This is the first time I've had a comment become this big and I honestly don't know how to reply to everyone. However, I truly want to thank everyone who replied as this eases probably my biggest insecurity. Also, I am okay. Like I said, they're scars from when I was younger and wasn't as comfortable with myself. I am not still self-harming and I don't have plans to ever continue. It was a dark part of my life that I never want to go back to. I ask the question because I've never been in a serious relationship before, so I've never had to tell a guy. I don't usually talk about them, my family is super conservative, so they don't even know, so I wasn't sure what the proper etiquette would be. To anyone with the same fear I had, read the comments. Most guys don't care, they care about you and your well-being.
It wouldn't bother me, from the perspective of thinking it ugly or off-putting. The only way it might bother me, is out of concern for your well-being. We all deserve to be happy and healthy.
Do you guys wipe your DK after you go pee? Or do you just shake it, assume it's good, then put it back in your pants? Doesn't that leave a little bit of pee in the tip? Why would you do that instead of just taking a bit of toilet paper and dabbing your ween? Edit, I don't mean wiping your DK like you'd wipe your ass, I'm realizing now that wipe was the wrong word, LMFAO.
I just wring it out like a washcloth. What makes you really like a girl?
Someone that makes me laugh and can be a goofball with me. Sweet, thoughtful, and honesty goes a long way. Certainly helps if they're physically attractive, but a connection is most important.
Do men like it when females, friend, girlfriend, tell you they feel safe around you?
Yes, we do like it, and it makes us feel better about ourselves that someone feels safe in our company.
I always wanted to know, is there a difference, orgasm vs coming?
You can technically ejaculate without orgasming. I've never been in that situation though. You can also orgasm without ejaculating. It's not that uncommon actually.
Shut the front door. You learn something new every day. Edit. I love all the answers, makes me wish I had a penis, just a little bit.
Do you play with your balls like we play with our tits? Like juggle and stuff? Or is that too painful? What is the action that actually hurts balls? Is there anything you think it compares to in female anatomy? What does it feel like to get hit accidentally, not kicked purposefully but like, flicked, etc., in the balls?
What hurts the balls is sudden pressure. For example, if I am running away from my neighbor Jim who just caught me pooting in his lawn, my balls are gently slapping against my leg, which does not hurt. However, when Jim catches me and kicks me in the balls, that is a very sudden application of a very high amount of pressure, which hurts quite a lot. Greater than what does it feel like to get hit accidentally, not kicked purposefully but like, flicked, etc., in the balls. A sharp and intense pain that radiates into the lower abdomen. If I had to describe it, it'd be like a super intense and sharp stomach ache. On the balls themselves, you probably know already. Haven't you ever taken a hit to the ovaries or kidney? It's pain to an organ.
Hi, how are you? Edit, I've noticed most of you don't feel well. Now that the post is 1 day old, there will be much less people saying it, but if you feel the need to talk, you can reach out to me or probably some other amazing folks in the comments. Feel free to post in venting, off my chest and other subs. There will be people able to listen to you and help you if you want. Stay safe and take care of yourself. ILY Internet Stranger less than 3.
Men would be thrilled if a woman initiated a conversation with them. You have zero reason to be embarrassed.
Did your friends actually invited me, or are you just being nice to not make me feel left out? Edit. Just context. My boyfriend brings me around his friends all the time and I always have a nice time. They are all really nice to me. I don't really take much space because I'm shy and also they don't speak the same language as me lol. Just saw a video of guys talking about how much they hate when their friends bring their GFS with them and it got me thinking, what if they actually do hate me lol. Edit 2. Thanks people. I didn't mean this question to be very serious. Seems like it all depends on just being authentic and nice towards each other. I understand it's important to have guys only time, as I also love girls only time, so I don't have problems with that. Just wanted to hear other people's perspective. Thanks smiley face.
It all depends on the relationship. If you are chill, don't make everything about you, or kick up a huge fuss, then I am usually fine with you. What gets you uninvited to the next gathering is if you make a big deal out of nothing. If something actually serious happened, it's fine to freak, or have to be the center of attention. One of my buddies brought this girl along to a movie and she talked on her phone the whole time. Uninvited. The next girl came out for supper with us and started crying and freaking out because her favorite Instagram model shut down their page. Uninvited. The next girl got a call that her brother was hit by a car. Totally justifiable freak out. We dropped everything and took her to the hospital.
What do you think of fatherhood? Do you think the treatment of fatherhood is fair compared to motherhood?
I effing hate that when I am solo parenting it's considered babysitting. Oh, you're letting dad watch her?
This comment section is the most wholesome one I've seen, and it's mostly about DKS.
Is your orgasm better with oral or vagal sex?
They are all good, but I've had some amazing BJs before that are legit memorable.
Man, y'all really curious about the flotation properties of various parts.
I've always wondered if they see our bodies as ugly squishy bread rolls the way we think we look while having sex.
Dude, while having sex, many of us will be attracted enough to you to literally lick your butthole. Calm down smiley face. Edit. Man, is this the Mark 1 leave on Reddit?
How much does being punched in the balls hurt?
It's bad.
Are you turned off by stubble, nether regions? Edit. You men are amazing. Not being totally smooth is a huge insecurity for a lot of women. Good to know y'all are just like, it's still a vag man shrugging.
It depends on whether or not it's abrasive during sex.
What happens to your balls when you run? Are they just banging around? Do they stick between your thighs? Do they end up tucked? I've been dying to know, thanks. Update. Did not expect this to blow. Thank you for the awards and all of the insightful and valuable information. For most answers I received, I had more questions which were answered before I could even ask them. I can now say that I know what happens to your balls when folks are in motion or stationary. Again, thanks y'all. This had been bugging me for a while lol.
The nutsack isn't always floppy. It scrunches up or loosens. They don't flop when scrunched. Also, underwear keeps it in place.
What do you think about C-section scars? I have one and I think it's ugly. It juts out and there's a shelf. I'm otherwise quite fit looking. I'm just self-conscious about it. Edit. Wow, didn't expect this comment to gain so much traction. Thank you all kind strangers, you've made me feel so much better, confident about my body. It is a modern miracle that my kid and I are still alive today, so that is something to be very grateful about.
I have an ugly scar on my stomach from a surgery I had to get as a baby and another really ugly scar on my shoulder from a different surgery. I'm self-conscious about mine too, but I wouldn't be any less attracted to someone because of a scar.
Do y'all like making your DKS do that bouncing thing? Edit. I never thought my most liked comment would come from a curiosity about DKS tears of joy.
Slapping, spinning, bouncing, all of it. My wife pretends to think it's funny at least.
What do you want a woman to say to you if she likes you? In terms of confessing her feelings or expressing interest? Edit. Thank you everyone for the great advice and tips. I'm 30 and still trying to figure out dating. I'm generally shy and feel vulnerable easily. I really appreciate all the tips. Hugging face. Edit again. Thanks for the awards.
I'm so damn oblivious and basically never even think a girl might be interested in me. Please be direct and just ask me if I'd like to go on a date. Edit. Holy poo, this blew up. Thanks everyone.
When you have to pee and poop at the same time, do you pee standing and then sit or sit for both?
Sit for both.
What do you consider a high-quality woman? Too afraid to ask because I do not believe I have ever been considered the one.
Someone who has her own things going for her, her own friends, hobbies, goals, etc. And takes good care of her own well-being.
Y'all are straight up staring at our buttholes while we're doing it doggy style, aren't ya? What happens if there's a hemorrhoid? Edit. Holy. Falls off chair, wow. Thanks for the awards. Rip my notifications. Glad I could ask the burning question that apparently a great many of us needed the answer to, lol.
I'm not. I do take notice of it, but more often I'm watching ass bounce or watching my hand sliding up spines or thighs and such. And if we're already effing, I don't care what I see down there so long as it isn't something that should have been wiped and flushed.
How uncomfortable is it when you get an erection? Edit. Was not at all expecting this many upvotes and comments, lol. Thank you people. Take care you all.
Depends, if it's in your pants kinda cause it's all squished. Else you don't feel it. To men who spam DK pics at women, no judgment here, but I honestly want to know. What's the best outcome you've ever experienced from doing that? Like, what's the end game there? Edit. Okay, from reading the replies, my basic understanding is sometimes it gets you laid. I don't personally get it, but it's not really important that I do. I have no issues with people who send solicited DK pics, may it lead you to many hours of sexy fun times.
I always imagined the guys who do that are just hoping to skip the whole dating thing and just F. I've sent literally one DK pic in my life and it was requested. Just seems rude to me.
Thank you for watching. We upload new videos every day, so be sure to come back for more fun. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video.